All right. John 17. It's the greatest prayer in the Bible. It's the longest prayer we have recorded of Jesus. It's the prayer that Jesus, part of the prayer, 6 minutes of the prayer that Jesus did in the Garden of Gethsemane before going to the cross. You remember he goes to the Garden of Gethsemane after the Last Supper, before he gets arrested and put on the cross. And he takes John, James, and Peter to pray with him for 1 hour. But what happens to them? They're falling asleep. But obviously, John stayed awake for at least 6 minutes of that hour and recorded some of what Jesus was praying to the Father. Now, you'll notice in verse 1 that it says that Jesus, when he prayed, looked up to heaven. Often when I pray, as you probably already know, first thing I do when I get up in the morning is go to the bathroom. Then I get on my knees at the bed, and I read my chapters of the Bible, and then I pray. And I was thinking, most of the time I look down. I'm looking down on the bed. Jesus, there's no right or wrong. Jesus looks up to heaven to pray to the Father. There are 3 sections of John 17. Section number 1, and if you have a Bible, it probably tells you these 3 sections. Section number 1 is Jesus prays for himself. You probably have some heading that tells you that. Then you go a few verses. Section number 2 is Jesus prays for his disciples. And then section number 3 is Jesus prays for the believers of the future. So we're going to look at each of these sections. So let's start with Jesus praying for himself. Verse 1, after Jesus said this, he looked toward heaven and prayed, Father, the hour has come. What has come? What hour has come? He's going to the cross to pay for sin. The hour has come. And it's the most important hour in all of history. For you see that in the mind of God, even before the creation of the world, they figured out the whole plan of salvation and that Jesus would go to the cross. It's what was prophesied to Adam and Eve, that a seed of the woman, that there'd be a virgin birth, a seed of the woman would crush Satan's head because of sin. So all of prophecy of the Old Testament is focused on the cross, Jesus' burial, and the resurrection. The hour has come. Glorify your Son, that your Son may glorify you. Number 2, for you granted him authority over all people, that he might give, what can Jesus give? Eternal life to all those you have given him. Now this is eternal life, that they know you, the only true God, that they know the Father, and Jesus Christ. Christ means Messiah, that Jesus is the Messiah prophesied, whom you have sent.